I've never seen a video like the one I'm about to make, and I've looked because every video about money and creative careers is either here's my exact income breakdown, which is great and we need those videos, but it's not the whole story, or it's very generic financial advice that has nothing to do with the reality of actually living a creative life for real. So this video is neither of those things. What I am is a 32 years old French woman who moved to London alone at 22, financed everything by herself, spent 8 years as a full-time art director, got made redundant, went freelance 3 years ago, and figured out how to make money work for a creative in one of the most expensive cities in the world. Bonjour! Quick disclaimer before we get into it. Everything I'm sharing here is based purely on my own personal experience. It's not financial, investment, tax, or legal advice, and I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I won't be sharing specific numbers in this video. Nothing here should be taken as a recommendation to buy, sell, or invest, or making any financial decision. Everyone's situation is different, so please do your own research and speak with a qualified professional before acting on anything I'm saying. The thing I want to say before anything else is that making money and keeping money are two completely different skills, and nobody talks about the second one, and it's very important. So let's talk about it. When I was made redundant, I was 29, working in London, earning what felt like a decent salary for my age and experience. I had almost nothing saved, no debt, which I was proud of. I had a pension from my employer, I had no financial safety net, and suddenly I had no job. And here's the thing nobody tells you about redundancy. It's not just like a financial shock, it's psychological shock, because when you don't really have a buffer, you make decisions from fear. You take the first client who contacts you, you undercharge because you need the money now. You say yes to things that you shouldn't because you're scared of what happens if you say no. And that's really like where I was. And I was lucky, I worked extremely hard. My first year of freelancing went well, but I spent that entire first year also building the safety net I should have built before. I really burned myself out, but I don't want to tell you not to do it because that will be a lie. Like, I'm glad I worked as much as I did. Sorry, but it's true. And 6 months of expenses, just sitting there, not touched, not invested, but just there as a buffer. Then the second shock came because I crossed the tax threshold that first year, and suddenly I own a percentage of everything that I've earned that I had not yet set aside. And I remember sitting there thinking, I cannot live on like 58% of what I made. Like, this is impossible. So those two experiences, redundancy with nothing saved really, and freelance tax shock completely changed how I think about money. And everything I'm about to share comes from that. The first thing I want to say, and this is the most important thing in this video, it is never about the amount. It is never about the amount. Whether you have £10 this month or 10,000, the mindset is the same, and the habits you build when you have very little are the habits that will serve you when you have more. Life doesn't automatically get easier as you earn more. I'm really starting to understand that in my early 30s. The structure has to come first. The second thing is see money as both vital and a game. Now, it might not work on everyone, but it works on me. So I just want to share it to you. Vital, why? Because it's like water, like breathing. You need to understand it because you literally cannot survive right now in this world anyway without it. And with money, you can also upgrade your life. I think people underestimate how having a better mattress, a better water filter is important and worth spending money on or saving money for. And a game, because if you treat it like something scary and boring, you will avoid it, like we all do. And avoidance is the most expensive thing that you can do with your finances. So you can think about it like Monopoly sometimes. Again, that might not work for everybody, but properties, investments, cash flow, it makes it feel less terrifying and more like something I'm actually in charge of. All those words, I don't know all of them. I'm not a professional at all. I just know the basics and I'm trying to get interesting on it, and I see it working in my very small scale on my life. Now the practical thing. So this is what I actually do. 1. The safety pots. 6 months of your essential expenses. Rent, food, bills, transport, not your whole lifestyle, just your essential. This is not an investment. This is really not the money you grow. This is money that sits there and does one job. It gives you the psychological freedom to make good decision. I'll give you an example. I had to make a personal decision this month that I won't share here, but I can tell you this. Without that buffer, I would have made the really wrong choice. The safety pot is not just financial, it is every major life decision you will make. If you are in a full-time job right now, build it before you need it. I didn't. I was, going to it, but I didn't fully was able to do it before being made redundant. And the first year for freelancing was harder because of that. Like, it happened and I've made it. But those advices are both for freelancer and full-time workers. 2. Save your taxes first, every single time. This is for the freelancer, of course, especially. So the moment money lands in your account, especially when you're used to a full-time job like I was managing my money really well, but the tax was already paid and your salary is spread evenly across your 12 months. The moment money lands in your accounts, before you pay rent, before you buy anything, try and set aside your tax. I put slightly more than I need each time, especially at the beginning, because some years I don't hit the threshold anyway, but that extra just becomes saving or holiday money, so that's fine. But the reflex has to be automatic. The alternative is what happened to me the first year, like owing money you've already spent. And that feeling is one I don't wish on anyone. I hate that. I like to be on top of it. I've always been, and that was like such a big, stressful thing for me. 3. Pay yourself first. After taxes, after essential, you really pay yourself, even if it's £5. The habits is what matters. Every month, something goes somewhere that it's just for you. Saving, investments, whatever, but something. And when you have a good month, you don't dramatically change your lifestyle. You just save more, you invest more. And then if you have a really bad month, you can take on your safety pots. You don't suddenly upgrade everything just because you can. And if you upgrade something, it's linked to your long-term health. As I mentioned before, a good pillow, mattress, water quality, a course to develop new skills, etc. The lifestyle stays roughly the same, but buffer grows. 4. Diversify even a little. I'm not telling you what to invest in, but I will tell you that having money in only one place, only one saving account, only one pension or one business is fragile. It's just general knowledge. So you can have stock and share ISA, a personal pension, cash pot, small amounts in other things, in gold or whatever you want and whatever you like. None of it is huge. All of it is something. And slowly, it becomes more. And 5, think long-term, like really long-term. This is the one that changed everything for me. Not thinking about this year or even 5 years. Thinking about what compound interest does over like 30, 40, 50 years. The money you put somewhere today, consistently, even in tiny amounts, the impact of that over a lifetime is generally difficult to comprehend. And most people never start because the amounts feel really too small to matter. Now, the part that's specific to creative careers, because there are things about our financial reality that are like generally different. Income is irregular. Some months are extraordinary, some months are quiet, some months are zero. This is not a failure, this is the nature of the work. But it means you cannot budget like someone with a salary or with a retainer. You budget based on your lowest mid-realistic month. And everything above that goes somewhere intentional. Investing in yourself is not an expense. It's the most important financial decision you make. The courses, the equipment, the health routine appointments, the trips that expand your eyes and your references, those are not luxuries. They are the thing that makes you worth more. That said, not everything sold as invest in yourself actually is, so just be discerning. And finally, your rate is not just about what you need, it's about what the work is worth. I undercharged for years because I was scared of losing clients, and honestly, I still undercharge. But I'm slowly finding, the balance. But I will be transparent that I know it will take me at least a few years. I just know it. Every time I raise my rates, I don't lose the clients worth keeping. I'm stressed and I can lose clients. I do lose clients. That's the thing that nobody tells you either. I don't lose the clients worth keeping for my future self. So that's it. No numbers, no exact breakdown, no financial advice in the technical sense. Just the things I wish someone told me at 22 or 29, or at the moment I crossed that tax threshold and sat there wondering how I was going to pay my rent. The safety pot, the tax reflex, paying yourself first, diversifying a little, thinking longer that feels comfortable, and above all, really understanding that it is never about the amount. It is always about the habits. And you know, I will always lead my videos here on this YouTube channel with emotion and intuition. It's the whole point of my channel. But for once, for finance, I think you actually need to be quite mechanical and purely logical, as this will give you the best results. If any of this helped you, please tell me in the comments. If you have a strategy as well that works for you, or book, a channel, something you do differently or you recommend, please share it so we can help each other. Because this channel exists to create a real community between people with real lives and experience and creative careers, not just highlight reels or AI advice. And voila! Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks for the next video.